What would you play? What would you... Welcome back for our second game of the day, which pits 100 Thieves up against FlyQuest. These two teams are in different states of mind heading into the tiebreakers. 100 Thieves basically gifted away their second seed, going 2-4 in the last 3 weeks, ending with 3 straight losses. FlyQuest a bit better.
Yeah, 100 Thieves, they want to turn it around, and right now is the time to do it. They need to rely on these veteran players. Aphromoo has been so big for them. He's a Spring Split MVP, always lauded for his leadership skills, both in-game and out of game. Even though they were sitting in the second place spot for so long, they need to get motivated here in the tiebreakers if they want to, move back up the standings, have that better positioning. As the analyst has said, you don't want to be down there in number 6. And then you have to look up there at the top lane as well, not just Aphromoo. Ssumday has been the star for these guys. It has been the summer of Ssumday. He leads all top laners in the league in KDA as well as solo kills, and the opponents are going to have a plan to deal with them.
Good luck with that one. Of course, FlyQuest, though, have been in a bright state of mind. They are 5-4 on the second half of the split. They actually have victories over TSM and 100 Thieves, so looking good today.
Yeah, especially JayJ. He's been working very closely with St. Vicious as the coach on their macro game, on the shot calling, in-game and out-of-game as well. And a lot of their teammates have actually lauded him as well, and a lot of extra compliments going around. Definitely surprised people, as JayJ was an unknown name as well that came in very recently. They're actually 9-5 since he joined the team. Like he told you on the North American LCS tonight as well, he's just happy to be on stage. I like the attitude, some high-pressure games. He wants to experience what it's like being up here in playoffs and when there's a lot more on the line.
Yeah, and it really sucks, I feel like, that he's not quite a rookie. He had 2 games last split, so he's not eligible for that award, but I feel like he'd be a front runner for me. As you mentioned, 9-5 on the team. He has been super, super good. Let's take a look at the starting roster. Selecting blue side with side selection is 100 Thieves. Their top laner is Ssumday, their jungler Anda, Ryu in mid, Cody Sun in bot lane alongside support Aphromoo, their coach Prawley.
And facing them on the red side, it is FlyQuest. In the top lane, Flame. In the jungle, Santorin. Mid lane, Keane. Bottom, WildTurtle. Support JayJ. And Coach St. Vicious on stage.
And this is going to be a fun one to watch for. These teams are 1-1 in their head-to-head. Most recent one, as we mentioned, was the FlyQuest win, but 100 Thieves have won that one earlier. And either way, it's still been a very interesting sort of tale of two trajectories. The fact that 100 Thieves were the LCS finalists. They were one of the very high seeds heading into the playoffs in the first place in the spring split. A little bit lower this time around, a bit more sort of strong teams against them. But FlyQuest were one of those teams. They went from 8th to being in a spot to fight for as high as 3rd. Even yesterday, they were in a spot to fight for the second playoff bye. Like, it's been a huge bit of growth for the squad, and I am curious now who looks better today.
Yeah, FlyQuest actually started pretty slow in spring split as well and made kind of a later split push. 100 Thieves have lost their last 3 games, though, wanting to turn it around right now. Tom Kench and Trundle off the bans already.
All right, and as the bans come through, no Rakan. That is the ban that remember Jat had talked about here. Kendoff as well. And okay, looking at things like Aatrox, Akali, Nocturne, Zoe, often all high prized. And I still even have Aatrox so far. There's the late ban coming in there.
Definitely a lot of assassins available too if there is an early Zoe pick, but a little bit of a bait right there with the Akali hover. Don't believe they'll blind pick it here. Ryu definitely is an assassin player, but maybe not as much time put in.
Famously, the other Zed.
Yep.
Can never forget that one there. So Braum's locked in, but I am definitely curious if Akali does sift through the picks and bans, or it is picked up as a high pretty champion later on. That Tom Kench ban for 100 Thieves makes that Braum choice pretty likely. Kind of the king of the bot lane tanks at this point.
And it's an interesting discussion because after TSM's game, where Bjergsen 14 kills, absolutely hard carries the game, everyone cries like, oh, wait a second, yeah, Akali's super broken. However, Akali has lost a lot of games. In
every game except that one.
Yeah, both North American LCS as well as the rest of the world. And it is more difficult to pull off later in the game. Bjergsen was just extremely proficient on the champion.
Yep.
Once again, though, talk about very standard picks. Varus in the bottom lane. Everybody loving the Varus. Very strong laner. Brings the crowd control later, as we saw in the last game. You can get picks and it just brings the full package. So easy build routes and all will be the story for bottom lane. WildTurtle and JayJ are going to have plenty of kill potential. Alistar all-ins backed by Varus. Meanwhile, top lane, Freak.
Ooh, and Olaf! Have not gotten to see much Olaf North America. I'm excited to see new things come through. Yes, the blind Gangplank, of course, as you mentioned. That's a big one here. Ssumday going to blind the GP, but also taking Olaf for a high pressure. And Rumble will be the answer for Flame. He was worried everyone's going to call him a Rumble one trick. But if that trick works, you don't got to learn new ones. So back up there, his 5th game of the split on his most played.
Yeah, as long as you've got a good trick, definitely use it. And it's a champion that can push Gangplank in early. I think the Rumble definitely wants to win early. You should have a CS lead. You should have control early on. Gangplank, the reason why a lot of teams pick him no matter what anyway is because you know you're going to have that scaling. And as you said, paired with an early game bully like Olaf as your jungle does give you some more threat and a couple of options there actually for the early game. Olaf did get some attack speed buffs, has been very popular, so I'm definitely in Korea. And really been rising up the ranks. We'll see what FlyQuest answer with. They could throw some more jungle bans here from 100 Thieves. They could, but it doesn't look like they feel anything here is left. Targeting mid lane instead and trying to carve out something here for Ryu. Orianna is still available if they want to go blind pick.
Sure. Well, it's Sejuani. That will be the single jungle ban they put in. That wasn't in phase 1. Of course, we saw that Trundle and Nocturne were already taken off. That might have been part of what set up the Olaf, especially that Trundle ban specifically. The Kali Lucian, the 2 FlyQuest bans, trying to pinch some of those lanes. So will it be a blind mid? Will they grab their jungler? And ooh, Santorin's Lee Sin.
Oh, baby.
Nice. I love this champion.
With the changes of Lee Sin, actually, initially, you know, when they changed the wording on the execute mechanics with the Resonating Strike Sonic Wave, it was fairly power neutral. But just with a little bit of switch there, a lot of people, you know, got it into their minds to start practicing again and, you know, dust off the rust.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot more Lee Sins coming through. There's the Zoe, though, for Ryu.
Definitely good champ for him. His most played by far. Now it goes up to his number 6 at the beginning of LCS regular season. And one final pick now for 100 Thieves. They need a bot laner.
Akali has already been banned out, so they can't use that assassin to try and counter Zoe, but they do have Fizz as a possibility. FlyQuest right now, too, have a lot of early game team fighting power. Whenever you have the Varus and Rumble ultimates, your level 16 fight is extremely strong, and you can go around that dragon. It will be that Fizz. Boom! Into Zoe once again.
Well, famously, we saw Jensen play and absolutely demolish the matchup. Might see it here for Keane as well, but this is going to be really exciting. There's only one tank on the FlyQuest side, and that is the Alistar here for JayJ. He's got to hold the front line damage. Everywhere else for 100 Thieves, they've got Braum and Olaf kind of sharing the duty. Neither quite as tanky as an ulted Olaf or an ulted Alistar in a real team fight, but a lot of poke though for this squad. The Barrels, the Zoe, the Ezreal, all of them. It would play very far away.
Yeah, and that poke has to come into action early on there for the Zoe into Fizz matchup. You don't want to let Fizz get a lot of early CS. You know, try and use your control early on to at least make him lose that on some CS, because once he hits level 6 and has access to the ultimate, he can threaten the all-in at any time. Very easy to hit the ultimates onto Zoe because she doesn't have a lot of easy escapes. And we'll have to see if the Lee Sin actually makes the visit mid lane or if he wants to go bottom, because again, there are a lot of options there.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch for. Even Gangplank theoretically could take some pretty good damage. You can orange one of the hooks and then you throw another slow at him from the Rumble. But we'll see. Players on your screen, and we'll see who's going to play against which team. Echo Fox waiting in the winner's match. TSM waiting in the lower-sided one. Once again, I want to mention FlyQuest must win a quarterfinal match if they want a chance at Worlds. Just making top 6 is not enough to make the regional qualifier. They have to win a best of 5 in the quarter, so getting a good seed, getting a good opponent, getting maybe side selection, gonna be a big deal for that one. We are now on to the Rift, 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest.
Let's see if we have any sweepers opening up. Not quite yet, as we saw in the last game. I really do recommend it, especially if you take Ghost Poro as well. Going for the invade, taking out a Vision Ward, leaving your Ghost Poro behind in enemy territory, try and get some extra damage for your early jungle clear. Right now, though, Ryu going to walk right up on the Zoe and see if he can get an auto attack or two off on Keane. Braum slow.
Yeah, pulverize and out they walk. Oh, he punched him.
He punched
Punched
back.
again. Hit him with the chair.
aphromoo with the 3-for-1 there.
Well, better player.
Yeah, even though technically JJ's not a rookie, a lot of people do consider him a rookie because this is the first split really where he's gotten that starting spot, the stage time, and again, he has performed very well. aphromoo, though, is consummate senior here. I mean, he is the veteran of the league, been playing since the very beginning, and looking to try and get his team a better playoff spot. Again, if they win this, whichever team wins this will be playing against Echo Fox for the number 3 spots. And loser, even if you lose, getting a number 4 spot, not so bad either. Red Invade, though, once again, with Olaf, you have huge level 1 power with the axes, and has to be respected by FlyQuest. They back right off.
And look at that. Yeah, Santorin now going to be late to the party as Afro's going to leash. Of course, he's got Summoner Teleport on that Braum, so easily able to get back to bot lane afterwards.
And that right there, what you saw in mid lane, was what I was talking about with Zoe. Early on versus a melee assassin, you have to try and punish him, deny him some CS so he loses out on some early gold, because once he hits level 6, it is so easy. You can hide the cast time of your ultimate if you go into the Q through a minion with the animation. Makes it even harder to dodge. Plus, Zoe, of course, will root herself if she ever uses her portal jump, making it doubly easier. And both junglers having a possibility of ganking mid lane definitely benefits the Fizz.
That's nice by Flame, though. Going to make Ssumday chug through some more of his Corrupting Flask and hope Trigger Grasp again sometime soon, but a bit low on mana in that one.
Again, that's the way that this top lane matchup should go. As we said, Rumble should always push in early, try and get an advantage on the Gangplank, who again is trying to farm up, get the extra gold from minions. Ssumday dodging some harpoons this time around. But it's so easy with Rumble, right? You just put on the Flame Spitter, run up as soon as you get close to them. You're getting your burn damage, and they have to dodge your harpoons. So if you have your Flame Spitter going and they dodge sideways, even if they dodge a harpoon, at least they're still taking some burn damage. So that's the idea there around your Rumble trades. Pretty easy.
Yep.
Of course, put up your Scrap Shield when
Parlay.
get parlayed as well.
Okay, attempted headbutt pulverize, bit of damage on Cody Sun. Arcane shifts backwards, no more in range, and a quick stun almost to land on JayJ, but not quite there.
Look at the junglers as well. Santorin just finishes up on the Krugs. Anda will find that they've been counter-jungled, but they didn't get a sight on Santorin, so they don't have a timing that he's bottom side, even though they know that he was just clearing out somewhere around here.
Now they know as the Scry's Bloom goes down. They pinged his Gromp, though, expecting him to be there. And now a fight right here in the jungle. Anda doesn't land that first axe. That could have been a big deal. Now Santorin's going to go for it, actually. Wants to battle, but Anda could lifesteal tank. He's got to watch out as the rest of the people are coming around. Zoe's not going to land that Q. Afro's going to land the slow, though. Will there be much of a chase? Looks like no. Out they walk.
Yeah, definitely very close right here. It depends 100% on who roams first. Because Santorin knows, even though Olaf misses the axe, if he commits there all in, Olaf, lower and lower he gets, more and more attack speed. That's why he's so good in those early duels. And Lee Sin does have a burst advantage, but not going to help you from 100% to 0. Ryu again moves up with the minions, going to try and harass Keane under turret and deny him more CS.
And there's the redemption. Of course, you got a second to go. Keane actually going to give up the cannon because of Paddlestar poke. He thought it was too valuable to keep his health bar big, but a nice trade out there. Keane Q, auto W. Pretty good there, getting some damage back and not quite getting Paddlestarred. Equal in CS, but both out of potions with Ryu taking a little bit higher.
Yeah, and Ryu's still chugging his, so he's going to have more confidence, but Santorin comes to even the odds here.
He's got a ward hop available. He's going to be drowsy. Will not go for the Q. And Ryu's not going to set up for the burst. Doesn't want to get hit out by Keane.
Helps so much to just come through with a pass through. Oh, he got him!
He's dead!
Oh!
Burst! Blood! Ryu!
Oh my goodness. Ryu gets baited in a little bit. Santorin comes to help him push out the wave. Zone off Zoe. And yet, Ryu takes the opportunity. Gotcha! Flashes in, Ignite ticking down. And with Zoe getting the first blood in this Fizz matchup, plus denying that whole wave of CS, that completely changes the story of the all-ins around mid lane. Here we're going to go to part 2 in the jungle.
Ooh, and Lee Sin Q uncooled. I mean, he's not much of a fighter right now, but one of the Krugs goes over to Anda. Santorin going to grab the rest of this Krug camp and stay alive. Top lane matchup, 6 CS difference with a bigger wave for Flame to farm. Still winning here. Watch that mid lane again.
All right, so Ryu, he ran into the brush after making him fall asleep. did the paddle star. As soon as the paddle star hits AoE, he knows all I have to do is flash in, gets the ignite, gets the extra tick there. Ryu down. Plus, Ryu flashed away as well afterwards when the ignite and damage had already been done.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be very difficult for him. Still, though, with level 6 approaching, Ryu's going to have to worry. Since he doesn't have his flash now, he can't flash the ultimate from Keane.
Yeah, Keane with the fish. Keane still has ignite. There is a chance he can make that kill convert. But we'll wait to see. Still, of course, 8:15. This is the higher burst electrocute.
Yeah, it hasn't been nerfed yet as far as... Oh, here we go, though. We might have some jungler intervention. Both junglers should know. You know, Flash is blown around mid lane. This is an explosive matchup. Both of them are looking for kills. So junglers are definitely going to want to
That's a word.
keep around this area. But he had not seen the placement. And very nice ward there. Does see Enda in the wings.
Ooh, big damage out of Turtle. Arcane Shift out for Cody Sun. Checking on the bot lane. A 5 CS difference as the first recalls on TPs were used. Second tier on one side, a lot of attack speed on the other. Looks like it's going to be another attack speed Varus game. I don't think you'd rush Zerka's Greaves if you're doing lethality.
Definitely true. JayJ as well with another roam here on the Alistar. He has made a lot of early steps to try and come play with Santorin. Now they're visiting around mid lane. Aphromoo's already there though, and they've got wards.
And again, no plays to be had. So Ryu able to keep sitting back, staying alive, sitting on that first blood gold, and really no issues for him in this lane. Back everyone goes. Looking at top lane on the mini-map, you can see a 21 CS lead, so that Rumble's still doing well, and so far uninterrupted by Anda. And being able to play aggressive pretty nice against an Olaf, because as soon as he comes to your lane, that could be rough. So far he's been tracked.
Side effect of all the attention around mid, we mentioned how the top lane matchup is also lopsided in the early game. Rumble should be getting an early CS lead over Gangplank, pushing him in, and Flame has definitely done a good job with that. As you mentioned, no teleports for the top laners, but there is a Gangplank ultimate if some action does break out here. And again, we have more roams. Looks like the bottom lane from FlyQuest roamed up to mid lane as mid lane is roaming up here into the jungle.
Yeah, you saw the almost attempt right there towards the Lee Sin, who ward hopped away from an Olaf, but now they're here ready to collapse on this. Is JayJ and Keane helping to fight with this blue buff. And in the wings, Ssumday around as well, has a barrel set up. Even Rumble joining the fight. There's a quick stun to the front line. Ulted running away, and Gangplank ult comes down on top of this one. And the fish is not going to hit too much, but now they go for the play on a Gangplank. Equalizer on top. Ssumday burning down, flashing over, still dies to Flame. 1 for 0, but the trade could come through. Looking at Flame, and the blast cone taken away from him. Will they smite for blue? Is that worth the risk, though, Santorin? Waiting around. He's going to back off, and they're going to grab that kill and walk out, FlyQuest.
I have to say, that was a little bit of an extra risk and misplay from Ssumday. We haven't seen him stick around an extra second like that to take more damage on the Rumble ultimate. He flashed over late, still died afterwards. Let's take another look at how it all started out though. FlyQuest wanted to initially go on Anda here since they have 4 members already in place. He does ult and flash out in time, and then it's on to Ssumday. He walks back onto the Rumble ultimate there instead of immediately flashing out over the front corner. WildTurtle got a solo kill on a Cody Sun.
That's like his 14th all-career. We had that stat a while ago on the LCS lounge. He's added another one to the list now. The Cody Sun solo kill. Well done, Turtle.
Oh, man. Just able to land the ultimate here. Cody Sun, it looks like he used his flash in how it's set up as well. How did Turtle do this? Because Turtle didn't use his flash.
Arcane Shift for the stop of the recall.
Oh, Cody Sun.
He just gets ulted.
That is some greed, boy. And look with the extra wards. You know, Turtle saw that coming the whole time. He's like, if this guy...
He's by minions, just like, it's obvious.
He's got the entire thing lit up. If this guy comes over to stop me, I am just immediately nailing him with the ult. Cody Sun gets his hand slapped away. And Turtle on the Varus on top of his 10 CS lead. This is going to fund his Blade of the Ruin King very quickly.
Oh, man. Well, that cookie jar has teeth. Your hand got caught in it. So now Cody Sun going to walk back to the lane. Lane's the Q, though. He's getting some revenge. Stacking up those little bits of items. And still, a 200 gold difference in this game. Certainly a close one. Top lane ahead, bot lane ahead. Mid lane has essentially traded here. But Anda has farmed better inside the jungle. That is at least something on their side. And we're watching him again walking in mid lane. Keane has been unable to do much aggression here.
Yeah, the flash from Ryu is back up now. So Zoe does have an out if Keane throws the ultimate early on. And again, when you do the portal jump like that, of course you root yourself, so it makes an easy target. But aphromoo is bottom side. This time JayJ, his roam's not answered, so there they go. He went for the Q ultimate, hiding the cast time.
Stopwatch is there. Oh, what a good flash, but you're predicting that Alistar was coming. JayJ not able to land the pulverize, but a Drake picked up by Santorin, so a nice pickup there. FlyQuest comes out ahead.
Yeah, very nice presence of mind there by Ryu in order of operations. He didn't immediately flash the ultimate, uses the Zhonya's while the fish is going to jump up, and then baits out JayJ's own flash on the Alistar, removing a ton of threat there. And during that whole time, they're rewarded for it with an Infernal Drake for FlyQuest. A lot of bottom lane presence here. 3 control wards there, controlling most of the vision in the river. And of course, Turtle established dominance in the bottom side.
800 gold lead. Wave pushed in. Down to half HP is this turret, actually. So even though Braum and Ezreal are pretty good at defending under turret and staying alive, the threat of a roam, potentially a dive when the fish comes back up for Keane might be enough. Teleports up soon for the top lane. Flame has under a minute to go on that one. 41 seconds is that cooldown. I think FlyQuest might want to keep the pressure on in this early game.
For sure. They've got access to some very, very big team fighting ultimates and very much ready to use them. Gangplank still trying to scale up, you know, just the sheen there. Not going to be nearly as much presence as the rushed magic penetration of Rumble. Oblivion Orb and Sork Shoes, he is ready to go. Teleport almost available too, so FlyQuest could make a super big power play. In addition to that, the Drake that they got was an Infernal Drake. So even though their little gank on Zoe did not come out with the kill, they do have something to say for it. Meanwhile, down bottom lane, they're diving turret. Look at that, Alistar's under there.
Wow, a lot of damage coming through, but they're going to stay alive. Oh, big chunk, though, Turtle on the 1/3 HP. Thankfully has life still, he'll still stay up, but yeah, they are still trading fast and furious. Of course, both junglers were spotted, mid laners as well, so just safe to keep doing battle.
Yeah, JayJ took that opportunity. He ran all the way around behind the turret, dove through. Turtle did land the ultimate, but they don't come up with any sort of kill. Santorin now actually looking at Ryu. This is Zoe without a flash because he used both his stopwatch as well as the flash in evading the last gank, so they know he's at least a vulnerable target.
But Spell Thief Barrier going to make that dive a little bit harder all the same, and instead he will keep his pressure on by going for more neutral objectives. He's got the Infernal Drake earlier, going for the Herald here, and considering how low bot lane is, that Herald should be a guaranteed first turret in the bottom lane if they can spend the time to do so. And knows he can try for a steal. He's waiting around. 3,000 health in this Herald. This is going to be pretty close within smite range. Look at the bottom side as they're going to find the flash and a headbutt pulverize, and Cody Sun yet again is killed off. The battle for the Herald goes to FlyQuest on top of that, and the fight continues as Keane is running away after getting a kill onto Anda. The Shark or something else might have done it, and now Ryu going to jump forward. He's ignited Santorin. The shield might not be enough. No, Triumph keeps him alive, and he still does go down just enough for the tick.
Keane does go in there, dies for the greed, coming for the kill. Flame probably had that one in the bag, but they're pretty happy with the situation anyways, because down bottom side, Turtle says, that's how you stop a recall, buddy, as they kill Cody Sun under turret. They take the turret as well. Rift Herald on top side activated. They might even just get 2 turrets for none.
Well, looks like that's going to be the case right here. Slam, down it goes. And the gold lead over 3,000 now. FlyQuest in a great spot 15 minutes in. Flame, how safe does he feel? There's an Olaf coming towards him, actually. And he might shove this wave, but be careful. Not too far away as the rest of this team.
Yeah, the ward's been turned off by that control ward in the tri-bush. Knows that he has to play a bit safer, but the map is wide open. Arcane Shift's been used.
And again, he's rooted in place. WildTurtle looks for a second solo kill, and it's gonna be, it counts as a solo. No assist going to you, JayJ.
Turtle is just destroying Cody Sun in the bottom lane here. That was, he got a kill right before this replay, or as this replay is going on, and then he gets another one. Anyways, this is the Rift Herald that got started off, smited early, but Santorin went back in with the execute damage on the resonating strike. Down go the junglers. Ryu, though, portal jumps in. Flames got the finish on the kill. Keane goes in anyways because he wants the money.
Yeah.
But punished in the end, gives over 1 more kill. And that's 2 to Zoe, so if they feel the pain later, he's got nothing to blame but himself.
That's a fair point. At least it kept Santorin alive. He was able to just sustain through it with his shield and Triumph triggers. Turtle, okay, sorry, it was 41 career solo kills. This is, of course, 2 in the same game.
That's a bit different from 14. You did say a number with a 4 and a 1 in it, though.
Hey.
You just had him backwards. Hey, I got you.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. To be fair, his solo deaths are like 5x that. So I knew it was lower, but either way, that's where he is now.
Well, he's got none in this game, and we live in the present, Freak. So right now, Turtle is the AD carry. Meanwhile, it's very easy now for FlyQuest to continue to push in. They have established full control here of the early game. Mountain Drake's coming up in 40 seconds. That one will easily be collapsed upon, and they can move up so much easy vision here through both quadrants of the jungle to control the rotations from 100 Thieves. Ssumday right now trying to push out on top side, but mid lane, Ryu actually steps forward. Turtle does not fire off to change the corruptions.
He's also not afraid. He's got flash and nothing else for summoners, but feels pretty good about going into the mid lane. Even trades a couple autos. Now the jump over the wall. They find the root. They're not going to quite kill off aphromoo, but the equalizer is going to be a lot of damage. Nice try on the snipe. Jukes away from that one. Up they go.
And they actually got Olaf ultimate out of that too. So, and without the ultimate, Olaf becomes so much more difficult to navigate in those situations. They're going to back right off, take the easy mountain Drake for themselves, and that one they'll keep in their pockets for 3 minutes down the line when Baron pops up.
And odds are pretty good that the way Turtle's money's coming in, he should be able to finish Rageblade by 20 minutes. He's got about 1,400 gold to earn, but that should be doable in 3.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes here for a well-played Varus. So this could be huge power spikes coming in time. Keep in mind, he's already got full team fight power for Flame. He's been on flat 10 stacked for a while. A stopwatch and inventory if he needs it for the team fight. And this could be a lot of FlyQuest very, very soon. Another attempt towards Cody Sun. Arky shifting away for this one. JayJ able to walk out with the Aftershock durability. This turret taking plenty of damage. Santorin joining as well.
Turtle had a 3-level lead over Cody Sun for a second there. Cody Sun just dings off of one of those melee minions dying, but this has been absolute destruction here on the bottom side. They're still pushing ahead, and with Santorin farming the nearby Krugs, they can get even more damage on this turret.
It's nice by aphromoo trying to make sure that Turtle takes aggro, but now the engage from JayJ. Big damage coming across. No one to be stunned except the Lee Sin, and he's fine. It's just alone time, free time. WildTurtle knocks down the turret. Now the trade in the mid lane. This could be bad for Fizz, and it is, but the trade.
And with them both going down, actually now we have a rotation bottom side. Anda does run through the jungle. They run over some vision, but they stick around. Predator gonna cause them to back off, though.
Yeah, Lee Sin close enough that there's no dive to be had, so out they go. Bot lane tier 2 falls. FlyQuest winning a lot through this bottom lane.
All right, let's take another look here at the mid lane, how it happened. Ryu just sitting here on Zoe, Battlestar. Again, the Q ultimate here from Keane. You can hide the cast, as we said. Makes it a lot more difficult to dodge, and though he does go in, finish up the kill, with his dying breath, Ryu lands the bubble. Well, that's enough to keep him in place, and he at least gets the answer kill.
This time around, now Keane has a stopwatch, so we can immune that next time. Get away from the turret maybe, and have an unanswered kill. Still waiting for the Zonias to be completed for Ryu, but that'll make that matchup much easier. That you can just immune the fish every time, and those dives get a whole lot harder. And walks top side to kill out some of these wards, and we'll see what the 100 Thieves game plan is going to be. They're down 4 kills and 2 Drakes. They're down about 4,000 gold. Might need to do something, but not sure just yet what that would be.
Well, they're going to have to stop dying and start putting up their defensive vision. Right now, they're actually doing step number 1. Control wards here around Baron. aphromoo leading the way. The veteran on the team trying to keep them calm, trying to keep them focused in the face of this FlyQuest snowball. Because if they don't put a stop to it, it is going to be Baron popping up here 15 seconds. And it's a Mountain Drake in the hands of FlyQuest. They've got plenty of team fight abilities. They want to force 100 Thieves to fight right now into their hands. 100 Thieves looking for a pick on somebody out of position first, but it's going to be that.
Cody Sun is gone. The Q lands from long range, and they're going to keep the chase going. Olaf pops the ult, but can they kill him anyway? And Ragnarok will keep him safe for now. JayJ takes the paddle start. FlyQuest still alive, half HP they might be. They've got some fruit to grab if they need to heal back up.
Yep, they're going to push the side lane instead. They don't have enough health to start up that Baron, and just 1 kill for themselves. Too risky. Anda has Olaf ultimate as well as flash available, so he could possibly go for the steal. And instead, they'll take the marginal victory here to push the minions into the turret. They might actually be able to finish off this tier 2.
Here comes 3 with the wave, and they've got JayJ over the wall. Looks for the stun, and it flashes out, but can they kill off Aphros? Got the shield up, though, and he's going to stay safe. Ult comes across, the barrel's in there as well. Hits onto all 4. Here's the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Gonna look for this one, and it's going to almost pop down Keane, but he gets the Zonius for a few seconds. So the chase is in, and Ryu gets that kill.
Nice collapse there from 100 Thieves, grabbing the counter kill, and Flame now walks up. Now he's in dangerous
drowsy. He's asleep. He pops the stopwatch himself, but there's plenty of reinforcements. Barrel lands for the slow, the axe for another. Not quite the stun, but he's going to sleep yet again, and the kill comes through. A second for Ryu.
100 Thieves fighting back here, and they scrap together 2 kills for themselves. Some much-needed gold, as well as putting a stop to that FlyQuest snowball. They were pushing ahead, looking for the extra turrets. But now, with some more money in Ryu's pocket, the Zoe one-shots start to become a reality. We said it before, you start giving over those extra 1-2 kills to Zoe, then the paddle stars start hitting for 70% of your health bar, and you'll have no one to blame but yourself.
Ooh, nice little stop on the recall there. Total doing so safely. Gotta
Tale
say.
of 2 oofs from
Yeah.
Here we go, though. This is another look at the collapse. FlyQuest, they want to push it. JayJ goes in, gets the knockup onto 2. They know that they shouldn't chase here, though. As everyone moves over, they're trying to get JayJ out of a dangerous spot. But Ryu already collapses from the top side. He hits a nice bubble onto Keane and still gets the burst damage from his paddle star, even with the stopwatch going off. So they finish off the kill. Even though he has a bit of a wonky Zonia's there, they still find another bubble. That's 2 bubbles from Ryu, and it's going to be 2 kills for Ryu. They chase him down, they don't let him out of the jungle, and he finds the last little bit of damage.
Yeah, grabs people's flashes and tries to get the chase going, but 5 and 2, Zonia's completed. Ryu in a very good spot right now as he knocks down the rest of all of these. Game a little bit closer, 3,500 all that separates these squads. Even a Spirit Visage done for this Gangplank. Second item to try to survive his split pushes up against Rumble and the burst damage of the Fizz. QSS now done for WildTurtle is going to make him feel quite a bit safer as well.
Yeah, Turtle definitely very powerful in this game. 60 CS lead in addition to all those solo kills he got onto Cody Sun.
2,000 gold lead.
Definitely a very fed Varus. So buying a little bit of defense there with the QSS I think is intelligent. You know, if he's the one who gets slept and killed at the beginning of the team fight, they have no chance. Here we go, there's another look. Does he land it?
It's gonna land. Good damage here. Zonia's pop, but how about the re-engage? Ever comes in. Ult's gonna land on top of everyone. Cody Sun walking to the back, and now the first kill comes through. Zoe has been picked off. Santorin gets that credit. JayJ's days are numbered. He will fall.
A lot of damage from that Gangplank ultimate actually forces Turtle back out. So even though they got the pick here initially onto Ryu, the ideal member for them to take out at the beginning of the fight, 100 Thieves still fight back. They still secure themselves around mid lane, and they're able to chase them off.
They're not quite done. You're seeing Flame past the midpoint, still shoving the waves in. They have gotten that recall from Turtle, but he's coming back, and this is going to be the rush for the third Drake now, 24 minutes in. He'll be killing objectives very, very quickly. Baron's not been set up just yet, but at least these neutral objectives are stacking up here as FlyQuest complete the chromatic array here. 3 different Drakes.
Yep, gonna get some more speed for themselves. And again, with so much extra control here on the map, they should be able to set up that ward. All right, so Turtle, he hits the ultimate, he QSS's off the bubble, and Ryu flashes off of the Rumble ultimate there, but it's so much damage from that Gangplank ultimate forces him out of the fight anyway. So definitely a huge recovery here from 100 Thieves. They're still on the precipice of falling over in this game, though. FlyQuest, they know they've got this Mountain Drake in the bag waiting to burn down Baron. So what they should be doing is setting up more of that vision through the jungle that leads to this Baron. They don't have super deep vision right now, but they're starting it up anyways, trying to get it low enough that they can actually burst it down. And as you said, Turtle rips through it.
Keane scouts, JayJ's around. They've only got 4 though. Flame cannot teleport, though he has the ultimate available. So has to wait the next 45 seconds, close to a minute actually, until he can rejoin the play.
Yeah, I guess they were just hoping for a sneak there because they were just bluffing. They can't actually have him join and collapse onto the team fight. Here we go though. Pushes up the minion wave. should be able to get one more wave, and they could return to try and take back that vision. 100 Thieves, though, they take that opportunity. Hey, you start up Baron, you take some damage like that without teleport ready, then we'll move in, and they get some very important wards down.
That is nice. So temporary control for 100 Thieves. You can see them in that jungle as well, which is going to make that even harder for FlyQuest to set up properly and to hide and everything else. A couple of these go down. JayJ steals 30 gold from Santorin by smacking that ward, but that's okay. They'll be fine. Mid lane still being cleared out. Turtle pretty happy to play aggressive here. When he's got QSS up, he seems to walk up no problem. Flame has now been walked to this one, even though the teleport will be up in 3 seconds' time. He wants to force Ssumday's TP out by being here, and FlyQuest going to grab themselves ward control.
All right, FlyQuest looking for the bait. If you walk through one of these jungle corridors and Rumble is already there, that can be a devastating team fight, especially now with Zoe not having flash after the last engage. Here they're going for Turtle, though.
Rune figures some move speed and able to walk away from Braum's Q enough in time. I believe it was spotted that they saw the Rumble run towards bottom lane, and now, of course, he's seen in this lane himself, so they're going to trade this wave back and forth. 4v4 in the mid lane. Gangplank, though, is available to make it even easier. A quick sleep on the Turtle. He'll stay safe as the team front lines, but health bar's running low against this poke. Zoe and Ezreal can play this siege pretty well. Yeah,
pretty good move there from 100 Thieves, getting a lot back for themselves. Ssumday on the Gangplank, as you mentioned, not only the Spirit Visage, but also the Merc Treads for himself. Huge amounts of magic resist for those side lane split pushes. Whichever solo laner he fights, feeling pretty confident. In addition, another Null Magic Mantle on top of those 2 MR items. So he's actually very tanky in the 1 versus 1.
Yeah, maybe a Hex Drinker coming next for him. We'll see what it turns into in actuality. But aphromoo was able to get rid of all those wards, and now this time around, that Baron Pit is mostly dark. A single regular ward in that river on the 100 Thieves side. One in the river. Santorin's going to see that one. No, he doesn't.
Blind.
He's playing his character, okay? He's role-playing. It's fine.
He did see it, and he told JayJ, I got better things to do with my jungle tonight.
Oh, he's all right. Once again, control this time around on the FlyQuest side. They're doing this battle back and forth. Some deep wards as well as Santorin gets rid of some of these camps and managing to make himself a bit richer in his quest through the jungle.
Meanwhile, it looks like they're committing to these 2 pushes here. 100 Thieves on bottom side, but FlyQuest on top side, they've got no answer for Keane. He's going to actually rotate over. They might pick mid.
And they're choosing to go for mid lane outer. Keane actually had time on top lane outer, but he's going to wait around. It's going to be sleep onto the Alistar, woken back up. Mid lane outer falls. A recall stopped out of Rumble as they've pulled Ssumday up, so 5 here for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that would have been a very bad teleport to complete. Even with Azonia's on Flame, he would be in a super bad spot in the middle of 5 members of 100 Thieves. So he cancels it wisely, and they back right off. Really good macro here in the mid game from 100 Thieves. From a weakened position, they're still able to get back into it. They get their first turret gold of the game with that little move.
Yeah, only 3,000 gold now separates. That's not too bad anymore as we crest the 29th minute here. Santorin getting rid of some wards, and still Echo Fox, sorry, FlyQuest, don't know why I got that one wrong, are in control of that Baron area. But the side lane split push for Ssumday is going to knock down another turret, as this is now going to be the Baron rush, and no one is the wiser. So many people showing on the map. But with enough missing, Afromoo's going to walk forward. And right behind him, JayJ's going to spot this. Going to look for the ult. And he's going to try to push them back. Now, can he steal? He flashes in, and he's going to get it. And grabs the Baron. Now, can they get more? Turtle's days are numbered. He's down. The shutdown goes to Olaf. Flash over the wall. Can they get the next 2? It's been a trade of kills as Keane runs away. A 1-for-1, but with Baron and 100 Thieves and Ryu still in the chase. It's going to be found out by a Guppy, but that's not very much damage. Flame's going to join on top. Equalizer to grab another kill. They're going to make it their second. No, they won't. Yes, Ryu finally burns, and Afro over the wall, taking damage as well. Cody Sun landing the auto attacks. Here comes Gangplank with the Flame Spitter, dropping Cody Sun low. The chase in towards JayJ. Ssumday grabs that kill. He's looking for number 2, but not before Flame can knock down the bot lane again. He will finally fall here to a barrel chain, a double kill for Ssumday.
Well, that was a scrappy one, Freak, as Ryu made a bad choice to continue the chase over back of Baron Wall. He calls the rest of his team. They come to try and bail him out of it, and they give up a bunch of extra kills after they had hard won the early Baron contest here. Santorin, or actually, excuse me, Anda is able to ultimate, run straight through on Olaf, use his axe and smite combination to grab the Baron. and the extra kill, too. He was able to take down Turtle, but then Ryu flashes over in a one-man solo mission into every member of FlyQuest, baiting the rest of his team to come save him. Cody Sun tries to collapse, and he gets burned down. He has to flash over the wall. Ryu still went down, and aphromoo as well had to use his summoners to get out. Then Ssumday's like, oh my god, what's happening over here, guys? Comes to try and clean it up, takes down JayJ, tries to finish off Flame, but Flame finishes off Cody Sun as he goes down himself.
Yeah. Overall, 3 for 3. But the Baron Gold went over to 100 Thieves, and the buff is on 2 of them. So that is a victory on the blue side, and it gets the game even closer. 1,000 separates.
And it's on the 2 members we talked about in the intro to the game. The veterans here, aphromoo and Ssumday. Ssumday now, actually, they have Keane on the flank.
He's got a big barrel chain slowing him down, looking for the kill into Cody. This poor Ezreal is going to be assassinated. 5v4. Olaf's got nowhere to go. A quick 2 kills for Keane. A nice pulverize in the front line. aphromoo going to stay up there as his right goes over to the Varus, but a re-engage towards Keane. He'll stay alive for now as JayJ falls. A victory so far for FlyQuest, but the health bar is so low. Can Ssumday chase?
Ryu's got a Blade of the Ruin King with his Spell Thieves here. They want to pull... Oh!
Ooh, hits a minion though, so Turtle can keep running, but Afro can slow him.
Afro is the only one that took the correct route here.
Good QSS. They can walk away. Okay, so +1 kill, and the Dragon goes over to FlyQuest despite the Baron in their faces.
Whew. That was definitely a good flank there by Keane. He's able to nullify Cody Sun completely. Cody barely got anything off in this fight. Here's another look at the Dragon. The 100 Thieves are the ones starting it up. And Anda's in that pit. Cody Sun, as soon as the Arcane shifts over the wall, Keane's already there, waiting hands. But on the other side, they kill off JayJ with the Rumble, trying to play the front line. And Keane does barely get out, even with Ssumday getting the extra burst damage there, waking up from the sleepy trouble bubble with his parlay.
Look at that gold graph. Really good for FlyQuest for a while. Then that climactic Baron fight obviously came close to tying it up. The FlyQuest still feel like they are in the driver's seat as Keane looks for something to do. Aggressive ward. That'll be killed off by Anda. That might be killing away this wave and getting some pressure. JayJ is slowed. Will that be the engage? Several bits of crowd control plus the Ezreal ult on top. Now down to under 1,000 health. And he's ignited. He'll go down to true damage. Finds a stun, but is the casualty.
Yeah, during that time, Keane trying to finish off this turret on the bottom side to pay for that death with some tower gold. It still is going to mean an extra man advantage here for 100 Thieves as they send Ssumday to push out the side wave with the 4 members going up mid to get vision here around Baron.
As they push in, they get the wards into this jungle. No neutrals to play for quite a while. But if they can take the map, they can find some outer turrets to kill. Top lane, tier 1 is still standing for them. Bank of gold waiting to be grabbed. 900 gold difference, that is pretty much nothing here. As the Gangplank has had plenty of time to get his farm going. You can see now his items come through. Yeah, he's actually now ahead of gold. Some of that, of course, being that Gangplank does that for free, but items are items.
Yeah, exactly. And they've combined very well on Gangplank. He's got his extra damage from the Training Force proc that you rush, as well as the guaranteed crit here from the Storm Razor. Now they're trying to take some extra turret gold for themselves. 100 Thieves have scaled up. They've completed their goal. They weathered the storm from the early power of FlyQuest. FlyQuest still have the elemental drakes to speak of, though. So even though the gold gap has closed, they have a lot of extra Baron killing, especially power with the double mountains.
In a few minutes, they can use those and put them to work yet again on a neutral if they need to. Items still stacking up. Full Mercurial Scimitar for WildTurtle.
Oh.
The Hurricane and now JayJ tried to find that one towards Anda, but Ragnarok gets him out. Actually has stopped by for a bit of damage. The Hexdrinker on that Olaf means he can be a bit more threatening. Just now noticing that one coming through. As the Hexdrinker for Cody Sun also helping him try to stay alive against Fizz. He had it last time, it didn't change anything, but...
Yeah, I mean, this is a 6-kill Fizz. He's got 8 stacks on his Dark Seal as well. Keane does a tremendous amount of damage to any backline members, even with Hexdrinkers being built all over the place here and lots of shields coming through. This Fizz has huge burst damage, and everyone's going to have to watch out for those flanks. So again, the side vision here, defensive placement, becomes so important.
And Ryu going to walk on in and get rid of the minions here. Positioning going to matter a whole lot. Checking that vision real quick. Actually, first is a fight in the front lines. aphromoo and JayJ trading health bars here. The Fizz low and knocked down by Ssumday. The first kill goes to 100 Thieves. JayJ getting dropped down as well. Finds the headbutt. Afro staying alive, though. And it's not going to be Keane getting that kill. Finally gets one, but Ryu able to kite away. A big fight for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, they take down 3 members, only losing their support. So they have full power play right now. They can go for some extra turret gold after that. What a big pickup here. They kill Turtle at the very beginning of the fight.
Flame, he hits the barrel. The Zonias won't keep him alive. He'll be asleep. He'll be shut down Ssumday on a rampage.
And 100 Thieves will not be stopped. They're pushing again. Inhibitor turret still in their sights. Ssumday's going back to teleport here with the Gangplank. He actually cancels it, and they're going to continue to push.
This is going to be the inhibitor for certain, following the recalls. The revives still waiting on those, and even though there's a few more seconds to go, they're going to back off real quick. They're going to reset first. Baron up in 10 seconds. Maybe they rush that one down. No, it is going to be the recalls.
With 1 auto left on that control ward?
They're baiting.
That is a next level bait.
Well, they're fine.
Oh, it's a barrel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I had the same thought as you. Okay, we're fine. 100 Thieves resetting. Afro already burned teleport to get back on the map to make sure they can keep the ward control. Kills off the control, has his own blue ward in there already. And 100 Thieves are poised to make this happen. Afro going to find a slow as the wards are getting killed. And be careful, Lee Sin. He's already reviving for Guardian Angel, and now the fight can continue as Afro's on the front line, but they get the stun on the JayJ. And no one is here to reinforce. FlyQuest just dropping kills left and right.
And now Turtle actually going to... Ooh, he QSS's, doesn't have to flash yet, but he might now.
He's going to have to get away from this one. Under 1,000 health, though, finds the root. Ssumday wants in. A Q could almost kill, but will get away. The kick from Santorin, keeping his teammates safe.
All right, another pick for 100 Thieves here. Getting the kill, getting the priority around Baron. They can get Scuttlecrab vision. They already have it swept. And FlyQuest now find themselves looking for a steal opportunity to try and make a big play to get back in it.
Got to be the play, or FlyQuest going to lose the game on this fight.
Turtle flanking.
Keane's coming around. This could be very bad. Santorin's gone. There's no smite left, but Ananock in the air with a 3-person shark. 4v5. Can FlyQuest win this fight? So far, they cannot. Afro won't even drop with the shields on top. Finally one for Flame, but his team is dropping around him. Keane gets a couple of trades back. 3 kills for FlyQuest, but maybe Cody Sun gets the revenge, and he will do so. An ace, almost, as JayJ is alive.
And now there's just 2 members up left for 100 Thieves. Nothing for them to really do by themselves. Here's another look at it. Again, it is a teleport in from Turtle early on to flank around the back of the Baron pit, while Ryu and Cody Sun are chasing down Santorin to kill off the jungler. Turtle walks in, he gets immediately stunned up by aphromoo, so he goes down. Ssumday uses his stopwatch there to delay and able to flash out afterwards, but Keane also finishes off to one Fizz. So another couple of extra kills. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves right now on your screen, you can see they're taking the Elder Dragon off the field so that FlyQuest won't be able to get it with their 4 Elemental Drakes stacked. They just want it to not be an option.
Buff isn't too good for them, but they'll take the gold all the same. Look at this, 100 Thieves, a very sizable 6,000 gold lead. Their items coming through, still room to grow as the final shot comes through for Ssumday.
This has been the story of 100 Thieves as a team. A little bit slow in the early game, but ramping up so quickly. aphromoo and the squad with a lot of mid-game shot calling. They were able to get their turret gold back for themselves, slowly creep back in. Then they find some picks and able to easily execute actually in the early game. So now it almost feels extremely comfortable, even with how scary the early game was. FlyQuest getting kills left and right, seeming like they have full control. 100 Thieves are in their zone right now. This is their comfort area of the map, of the game. Late game now with Elder Dragon burn onto JayJ.
He's running low on health, and the ulti's on top of him. This might just be him running and hoping, but he's drowsy again. And this could be the shutdown coming through. Bop! Down he goes, Ryu gets that kill. The re-engage, though, a beautiful equalizer, 4v5 yet again. FlyQuest will try. Do they have the burst? They picked up one. Look for the second. Azonius for Keane. They got 2 kills on Turtle. A beautiful kick for Santorin. He'll die, but is there a chase down? Turtle can't land that Q. He's in the middle of the enemy team, shut down by Ssumday, but they keep going with Keane. He can't get it, though. Cody Sun stays alive, and now Flame is running, but he's about to be snuffed out. Ssumday's gonna lock him down with the power of the water. A triple kill in. Looking at mid.
Oh, it's an insane game here as Ssumday is the rock for 100 Thieves. He's going back for health. It looks like they want to teleport and end it now. With these death timers, it's only going to be JayJ that will get back up in time, and they can deal with him pretty easily.
This should be the game, and 100 Thieves will end the regular season in a top 4 spot. They'll have their battle against Echo Fox, the number 3 seed. That'll be coming up soon. FlyQuest will drop down. JayJ will try to keep them alive, but it just will not be enough. What a win for 100 Thieves.
All right. The tiebreakers to determine the tiebreakers have been completed.
Yeah.
We will have Echo Fox versus 100 Thieves later, but right now it's going to be FlyQuest versus TSM coming up next.
Yeah, 100 Thieves will have, of course, side selection in their quarterfinal. They may play FlyQuest again based on what their matches look like, or, you know, they got 100 Thieves on the other side of it. Or, sorry, TSM on the other side of it. We'll see what that comes out to be later on as we figure out 3 versus 4 and 5 versus 6.
Again, Ssumday here on the Gangplank, farmed up all game. He ends with the full build, 9-1 and 14 in those team fights, turning back around a lot of the numbers. That was FlyQuest chasing that last team fight, trying to pick off a couple of extra kills, but they were chasing through Ssumday, through the Gangplank barrels, and he was able to cut them down.
And definitely some mistakes. WildTurtle really incredible in the laning phase, and overall that team really great in the early game, but the mid-game misgivings, 100 Thieves definitely a bit more sort of well-controlled in their mid-game. The fact that Ssumday had such a horrible, terrible early laning phase and then went 9-1 and 14 to end it out. Like, that was a big bit of growth there.
We had a similar story for Ryu. Ryu on the Zoe was the hope for 100 Thieves, right? Keane gave him the extra kill on Fizz at the Rift Herald. They used that. He got 2 more kills in the jungle then with a good collapse from 100 Thieves, and he was just 5-kill Zoe, landing sleep bubbles left and right. But then he chased over the back of the Baron wall and gave a little back the other way. So it was definitely a rocky game here.
Rocky game, very chaotic, but at the end of the day, it was, of course, 100 Thieves taking over that win. But now let's hear from our analysts at the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, gents. A solid comeback victory here for 100 Thieves over FlyQuest. Very different story from the first game of the day, which kind of just was as soon as one mistake was made, the team gets rolled over. This time around, 100 Thieves able to recover from a pretty poor early game, in particular on the bot side of the map. Before we get to how it all fell apart and then came back, let's take a look at comps and the way that these lanes should interact.
For the most part, 100 Thieves have a really strong scaling comp, but not too much activity anywhere but mid lane. Obviously, GP versus Rumble, you're going to lose that lane unless something crazy happens. And on the bot side, the Ezreal Braum is not a proactive lane, so it fell on Ryu to make stuff happen early on, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, oopsie by Keane there, using his playful trickster to push the wave while Ryu was gone. Also, it felt a little bit like Cody Sun's head just wasn't really in the game for the first 20 minutes. This was one play where clearly he's going to lose the trade. Like, he's just not paying enough attention to the map. Like, yes, he didn't actually see WildTurtle, but this isn't a play that Cody Sun really makes during any of the other regular season games, and he made 2 or 3 of them during this game.
I mean, like, let's be honest, he was kind of running it down. Felt like it was like a Monday scrim set to him, not really like a tiebreaker match, and that's why the game did have like 40 kills in it, but eventually he did kind of figure it out, and then Ssumday's scaling came online. The better
that Baron there was pretty massive.
Baron steal was huge.
Yeah, the Baron steal was huge. Otherwise, but FlyQuest at that point had started getting desperate as some of the skirmishes started turning against their favor, and you just see how much burden of execution is on FlyQuest comp with a Fizz, with a Lee Sin, versus an Olaf and a GP and a Zoe.
Yeah, Ssumday really got huge towards the end of this game. You saw him flank and kill WildTurtle in the back of this fight. Here, the GP ult is kind of what allows everyone to catch, but this ended up being the deciding fight.
Right.
It didn't have to be, because FlyQuest wins it basically here.
Don't kick.
They don't need to continue. Either don't kick and kill him, or don't chase through the choke.
Turtle then chase through the choke. Then Keane chases forward and Flame the whole time.
Everyone just kind of funnels in there.
Whoops.
Yeah. Definitely a game where people I don't think were playing at their best. But I think 100 Thieves clearly showing that they are the better team with this game.
Not everyone playing at their best, but
Both top
Ssumday
laners, I
playing pretty well. Flame too. Exactly. Doing what they need to do in that matchup, right? Flame appropriately pressuring that matchup early on, understanding that he will just eventually lose it, and Ssumday kind of weathering the storm until he can get to that late game point where he just starts kind of mowing people over with AoE barrel chains.
I did feel like FlyQuest did come to play, actually. They just had missed execution towards the end in the game that got very bloody, and 100 Thieves was able to pull it back. So this is potentially a pretty tough loss for FlyQuest. I think of the teams that are in the playoffs right now, FlyQuest definitely feels like the target for people to beat. They think, man, we'd love to get FlyQuest, right? So they do need to show up in the next game, right? Try and get a slightly higher seed going into playoffs. Don't back into the playoffs by going 0-2 and then just fall out in the first round. I think more than any other team, they're the team that needs the momentum from a win later, just for their confidence going in.
Well, and they're the team that wasn't there in spring split, right? And I think that's probably a lot of it, is just kind of this feeling of, hey, all these teams have been here before. We're the ones who have to prove ourselves.
Yeah, not to hit on it too much, but if they get out into semis, then they replace Clutch and potentially in the regional qualifier tournament.
Yeah,
so
true.
They have a lot to fight for to really prove that they deserve to kind of keep beating these teams.
Right, it doesn't end there for FlyQuest. Obviously, they have to load right back up on stage for Game 3 as we play the losers match before the winners match. So they'll be up against a TSM that took a hard loss to Echo Fox. I mean, at least if you're going to lose, I don't know. I mean, which team would you rather? Which team's position would you rather be in TSM's or in FlyQuest?
I would rather be in TSM's position.
Okay.
I feel like TSM played a composition that they're not necessarily that familiar with. Lost in 24 minutes. And if they
shrug it off,
go back to your core. This to me was more of FlyQuest's core that they then lost with when they felt like it was in hand. It might be a bit of mental boom. Mark, different opinion?
I disagree that Fizz and Lee Sin is FlyQuest's core. Playing around mid pressure is not what they do, and that's what they tried to do this game, and it did not work. They lost the 2v2, they got pushed in, and that's how that comp works. It's much more a C9 kind of comp where it's like those two guys are going to destroy with the counter pick. That's not typically how FlyQuest plays, and it didn't work out this time.
All right, well, as the teams ready up for the second half of Tiebreakers, let's take a look at League's newest champion update.
No way! That's the best story I've ever heard. Whoa! Did you see that one? Really? We can wish for anything we want? Ooh, then what about... Yeah! We can eat all your favorites, Willem. Roasted Brachiosaurus, Pollywog pudding, egg popsicles, rocks, more rocks, whatever that is, and... maybe not that. Oh, what if we made a snowman? Ah! Woo! You're right. That was close. I know. Let's have the biggest snowball fight ever. We can go bigger? Then let's go bigger! What if we travel to dangerous lands? Meet fellow adventurers. Help people in need. And vanquish the bad guys before they hurt anyone else. We can be Freljord's greatest heroes! And boom! Save the day! Aw, I wish we could choose more than one thing, Willem. Whoa! What are we waiting for? Go, Willem, go! Oh, what if we were armored? Or we were elves? Or zombies? No, wait, robots. That's what people want.